Compton and Cox ton up as draw almost certain. It had been a run fest so far at the Cloud County ground. Kent's reply to Essex's first innings 514, more proof of just how flat this wicket was. Ben Compton was 47 not out overnight, and he was looking to push on. Relative of Nick and Dennis, he made his first half-century for Kent early on in the session. In the company of Tawanda Mayeye, they pushed onwards, going to a 100 partnership, and the 21-year-old former schoolboy prodigy made a 50 of his own. They'd go past 150 before Mayeye was undone by one that slid on from Matt Critchley, who continued his fine match after a first innings century. Jordan Cox was the next man in, and he and Compton stayed together until lunch, the score 200 for 2, with Compton heading into the pavilion 97 not out. And it wouldn't take him long after the break to reach three figures, his 100 coming from 220 balls, 14 fours in this effort, and the perfect start in his first game for the team he joined over the winter. It was not a particularly good contest between bat and ball in Chelmsford. The pitch wasn't offering a lot to the bowlers, and Compton and Cox just kept piling on the runs. They took Kent past 250, putting up 100 for the third wicket in the process, and Cox would go to a 50 of his own from 120 balls. Compton's 289 ball stay was finally ended when he was bowled by Sam Cook, who looked as surprised as anybody that a wicket had fallen. Kent had reached 300 when tea was taken, Cox 61 not out. Essex might have had some hope when Critchley trapped Ollie Robinson LBW for 12, but it was a false dawn. Cox was joined by Darren Stevens, who started to impose himself on proceedings, here thumping the leggy twice in an over to bring up 350. The Kent legend brought up yet another half-century with a boundary off Lawrence, which also took his side up to 400. But Lawrence had his revenge 2 balls later, thanks to a sharp catch from Sir Alistair Cook. Cox had quietly worked his way towards 3 figures while Stevens was doing his thing, and the 100 came up when he scrambled through for 1, the perfect start of what could be a big season for the 21-year-old. And that was the last important action on a long day in the field for Essex, this one almost certainly heading towards a draw, with only bonus points to play for on the final day.